Have you ever noticed how some individuals seem to glide through life with all the luck, while others struggle to catch a break, regardless of their efforts? Does success naturally favor the fortunate, or is there a deeper, concealed mechanism at play? What if there was a venerable secret, once known only to the ancient sages, now available to those who earnestly seek it? This profound knowledge has been the foundation for many of history's great thinkers and achievers. This ancient wisdom offers a profound transformation of your entire being, aligning your inner self with the universal laws that orchestrate our world. This secret is known as Hermeticism. Hermeticism is an ancient spiritual, philosophical, and magical tradition, stemming from the writings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary Hellenistic figure who merges the attributes of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth. The core teachings of Hermeticism emerged around the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD in Egypt. The Hermetic texts blend elements of Platonic and Stoic philosophies with mystical themes, emphasizing the idea that there is a single, true theology that permeates all religions, and that understanding this fundamental truth allows humans to achieve divine knowledge. This wisdom claims that by understanding the forces that govern the universe, one can manipulate them to one's own advantage. Figures like Leonardo da Vinci, Paracelsus, and even Isaac Newton were said to have delved into Hermetic principles in their quest for knowledge. Now, let's delve deeper into the mystical world of Hermeticism and uncover how its 7 fundamental principles can profoundly impact your life, guiding you towards a reality where potential is limitless and where you truly hold the keys to your own destiny. The law of mentalism, a cornerstone of Hermetic philosophy, posits that the all is mind. This principle asserts that everything that happens in the universe starts in the mind. The universe itself is akin to a great mind, and our individual minds are part of this larger universal mind. This connection means that our thoughts are not isolated, but are part of the universe's fabric, influencing and shaping our reality. To clarify this concept, consider the universe as a vast ocean and individual human minds as droplets within it. Just as a single droplet can create ripples that travel far and wide across the ocean, so too can a single thought ripple out and influence the greater reality. This analogy helps us grasp how deeply interconnected our mental states are with the larger cosmos and how potent our thoughts can be. Understanding the law of mentalism is crucial because it teaches that we are not passive observers in our lives but active participants in shaping our reality. Our mental attitudes and thoughts directly influence our experiences and outcomes. By harnessing the power of our minds, we can steer our lives in the direction we aspire to, rather than being mere byproducts of external circumstances. Implementing the law of mentalism in daily life begins with mindfulness and self-awareness. It's about becoming acutely aware of our thoughts and the mental atmosphere we create and maintain. Start by observing your thoughts throughout the day. Notice which thoughts uplift and empower you and which ones do the opposite. Gradually, work on cultivating more positive, affirming thoughts and reducing negative or self-defeating ones. To put this law into practice, engage in activities that enhance your mental clarity and focus, such as meditation, journaling, or reading inspirational material. These practices help refine your mental processes, making it easier to maintain a constructive and optimistic mindset. Over time, as you train your mind to focus on creating positive and fruitful thoughts, you'll notice your external circumstances aligning more closely with your desires and aspirations. This transformation not only improves your own quality of life but also contributes positively to those around you, as your improved thoughts and energies ripple outward. The law of correspondence, one of the fundamental principles of Hermeticism, is encapsulated in the adage "as above, so below, as within, so without." This law suggests that the patterns and dynamics observed in the larger universe are reflected on a smaller scale within our own lives and beings. It emphasizes the interconnectedness and symmetry between the macrocosmo, which is the universe, and the microcosmo, which is the individual. Consider the analogy of a mirror. Just as a reflection mimics the object in front of it, the circumstances in our lives reflect our inner thoughts and emotions. This metaphor helps to illuminate how our outer world is a direct reflection of our inner world. By understanding this principle, we can better comprehend the influence our internal state has on our external experiences. This law teaches that by altering your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, you can influence the outcomes and situations we encounter in the external world. It helps us understand the power we hold over the quality of our lives through the choices we make internally. To apply the law of correspondence in practice, begin by cultivating a deeper self-awareness. Pay close attention to your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Assess how these internal elements may be manifesting themselves in your external circumstances. For instance, a persistent negative outlook might correlate with recurring challenges and obstacles, while a positive mindset could correspond to opportunities and successes. Engage in practices that help align your internal state with the desired external outcomes. Techniques such as visualization, affirmations, and meditation can be particularly effective. By visualizing the successful realization of your goals, affirming positive outcomes, and maintaining a meditative practice that promotes inner peace and clarity, you actively foster a harmonious internal environment. This internal harmony is then reflected in your external reality, demonstrating the practical application of the law of correspondence in achieving personal and professional aspirations. The law of vibration, another foundational principle of Hermeticism, states that everything in the universe, from the largest planets to the smallest atoms, is in constant motion, vibrating at a specific frequency. Nothing rests. Everything you see, feel, and think vibrates at various frequencies. This law underlines the dynamic and energetic nature of the universe. To visualize this principle, imagine a tuning fork. When struck, it vibrates and produces a sound that, while initially localized, resonates through the surrounding air, influencing nearby objects to vibrate at a similar frequency. This analogy helps illustrate how vibrations from one source can influence and transform the surrounding environment, encapsulating the interconnectedness and impact of vibrational energies. The significance of the law of vibration in daily life is profound, as it implies that by changing your own vibrational frequency, you can change your personal experiences. Since attracts like high-frequency thoughts and emotions such as joy, gratitude, and enthusiasm will naturally attract circumstances of similar high frequency, whereas lower vibrations like anger, fear, and despair tend to attract negative situations. Applying the law of vibration involves becoming acutely aware of your vibrational state. Start by observing your emotions and general mood throughout the day. How do you feel when you wake up, during work, and when interacting with others? Raising your vibration can be as simple as practicing gratitude, meditating, or engaging in activities that bring you joy. These actions shift your energy and can have a ripple effect on your overall life circumstances. You can also use visualization techniques with meditation to resonate at the frequency of your goals. If you aspire to achieve a particular career milestone, first, breath slowly for 15 seconds to clear your mind. Pay attention to the air entering your throat, lungs, and let your thoughts be on the present moment. And when you feel calm, start visualizing yourself achieving this goal, really feeling the positive emotions associated with the success. This practice not only helps align your mental state with your desires, but also adjusts your vibrational frequency to attract the opportunities and outcomes you wish to manifest. If you are enjoying this video so far and want to continue your journey towards deeper knowledge and personal mastery, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Now, let's proceed to the next law. The law of polarization posits that everything is dual. Everything has poles and its pair of opposites. Essentially, this law states that opposites are the same, differing only in degree, and that extremes meet. It teaches that contradictions are merely two extremes of the same phenomenon. A useful analogy to understand this principle is the thermostat controlling temperature in a room. Imagine temperature as a spectrum with cold at one end and heat at the other. Both are the same thing, temperature, but they exist at different points on the scale. The thermostat can move the temperature from cold to hot or vice versa, demonstrating the fluidity between polarities and the control we have within this range. The importance of the law of polarization in everyday life lies in its ability to help us understand and manage conflicts, challenges, and seemingly contradictory situations. By recognizing that every situation has a polar opposite, we can better appreciate the full range of experiences and emotions available to us. This understanding allows us to maintain balance and harmony in our lives, even amid apparent contradictions. To practically apply the law of polarization, one can start by reframing perspectives. For instance, if you encounter a failure, rather than viewing it as a purely negative experience, try to perceive it as an opportunity for growth and learning. This is the positive pole of the negative experience. This shift in perspective can transform challenges into valuable experiences. Another practical application involves seeking balance through moderation. For example, if you find yourself excessively working without sufficient rest, deliberately incorporate relaxation and downtime into your routine. This approach not only improves overall well-being but also enhances productivity and creativity by respecting the natural polarities in your lifestyle. Through such practices, the law of polarization becomes a tool for navigating life's complexities with greater ease and insight. The law of rhythm states that everything in the universe follows a certain rhythm or pattern. This principle posits that all of life operates in cycles, similar to the seasons, the rise and fall of tides, or the phases of the moon. Everything has a flow and tide, and understanding this can help us anticipate and navigate the various cycles in our lives. Consider the analogy of a pendulum swinging back and forth. Just as the pendulum reaches its peak in one direction only to swing back in the opposite direction, so too do the circumstances in our lives follow a rhythmic back and forth motion. This natural rhythm applies to everything from business cycles and economic conditions to personal energy levels and emotional states. The importance of the law of rhythm in daily life is significant because it teaches us to expect and prepare for changes, rather than being caught off guard by them. Recognizing that life is a series of cycles helps us maintain equilibrium during highs and resilience during lows. For instance, after every busy period at work or in personal life, a slower phase often follows. Anticipating this allows for better planning and stress management. To practically apply the law of rhythm, one effective strategy is to observe and align with personal energy cycles. If you notice that your productivity peaks in the morning, capitalize on this time for your most important tasks. Conversely, if you tend to feel a slump in the afternoon, schedule less demanding activities or take this time to rest. Another application is in financial or project planning. Just as economies go through booms and busts, project work can have phases of intense activity followed by slower periods. By planning for these fluctuations, you can allocate resources more efficiently and avoid overcommitment during peak phases or underutilization during downtimes. Thus, by understanding and working with the law of rhythm, you can create a more balanced and effective approach to both personal and professional life. The law of cause and effect, also known as the principle of karma, asserts that every action has a corresponding reaction. This law implies that everything that happens in the universe results from a specific cause and will in turn produce a specific effect. Essentially, this means that our current actions directly influence our future outcomes and nothing in our lives is arbitrary. An apt analogy for this principle is the process of planting seeds in a garden. Just as a gardener plants seeds and expects specific types of plants to grow, the actions we take are like seeds that grow into the results we see in our lives. If you plant tomato seeds, you cannot expect to harvest cucumbers. Similarly, every decision and action sows the seeds for future outcomes that are congruent with those actions. By recognizing that every decision has significant future implications, you can begin to act more thoughtfully and deliberately. Practically applying this law can start with personal or professional relationships. For example, treating others with kindness and respect tends to yield positive interactions and loyalty, whereas negative behaviors such as deceit or manipulation are likely to result in distrust and conflict. By consciously choosing actions that promote harmony and understanding, you can cultivate more meaningful and supportive relationships. In a professional context, consistently delivering quality work and being reliable can lead to career advancements and opportunities, whereas cutting corners or failing to meet commitments can have the opposite effect. By applying the law of cause and effect, you can strategically plan actions that align with your long-term goals, understanding that each step you take is a building block towards your desired future. This mindful approach to life and work ensures that you are always planting seeds for the type of success you wish to achieve. The law of gender manifests in all things as masculine and feminine energies. It's essential to understand that this law doesn't refer to gender in a biological sense, but rather as a principle that exists within every creature, every action, and every thought. The masculine energy is often associated with action, direction, and assertiveness, while the feminine energy is associated with nurturing, intuition, and receptivity. Both energies are crucial, and neither is superior to the other. A simple analogy to understand this principle is the battery, which has both a positive and negative pole. Both poles are necessary for the battery to function and provide energy. Similarly, every aspect of life requires a balance of masculine and feminine energies to maintain harmony and effectiveness. The importance of the law of gender in everyday life lies in its application to finding balance within ourselves and our relationships. In personal development, acknowledging and nurturing both these energies can lead to a more fulfilled and balanced life. For instance, someone who is overly aggressive, that has an excessive masculine energy, might benefit from embracing more compassion and empathy, which are feminine energies, improving both personal well-being and interpersonal relationships. Applying this law in a practical context can involve activities such as meditation or therapy, which help individuals explore and reconcile aspects of their personalities that they may have neglected or suppressed. In a professional environment, a leader might need to exercise firm decision-making in conjunction with active listening and empathy to effectively manage a team and drive the organization forward. Moreover, in creative endeavors, the law of gender suggests that the best outcomes often result from a balance of structured, logical approaches, which is masculine energy, and intuitive, free-flowing ideas, which is a feminine energy. For example, a writer might outline a story carefully, but allow room for spontaneous changes based on creative intuition as the narrative evolves. Thus, by understanding and applying the law of gender, you can enhance their effectiveness, creativity, and personal harmony across various aspects of your life. In exploring the profound principles of Hermeticism, we've unlocked timeless wisdom that can bend your reality. By actively applying these laws, you can transform not only your personal experiences, but also contribute to a greater harmony within your world. Remember, the universe is a dynamic and interconnected system, and you have the power to influence it through your thoughts, actions, and beliefs. But don't stop here. Watch our next video to dive even deeper into the mysteries of life and the cosmos.